Welcome back to the Try You channel, where we don't give a hairy mouth what you had for dinner. I'm Rob.
It's Neil.
Neil, or Leon.
Yo.
You can call me Ronnie. Especially today, you can call me Ronnie. Come to tryu.com. Our camera person wants me to tell you to like or subscribe these videos if you want to. We can't force you. And I want to, actually, before we begin, on Try You, we had a new member sign up, and he did a really great job with this list, so I want to just mention Ken Cheshire. Yeah, so I just want to say, if he sees this video, thanks for signing up, and if you want to sign up, if we think you got a good list, we'll mention you. So yeah, you guys go on, check out his page. He got 30 products on there, very impressive list, I think. So thanks again, Ken. So I want to talk about, you created a custom list.
Mm-hmm.
And you Mustache Masterpieces is the title you give it. And I have shaved down to almost a Ronnie. I trimmed my beard up. I know you guys have been wondering how long I was going to let that go.
Well, tell the Americans the Ronnie reference.
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to. So I got down to a Ronnie. This is about 3/4 Ronnie. I needed to shave, but my girlfriend is giving me a lot of pressure about just being with just a Ronnie. But my daughter wants me to have just a Ronnie. So I've got pressure from all sides. This is
my Ronnie got created 12 years ago now, because my daughter, I was shaving my beard off and thought it'd be funny to have a full Ronnie.
Yeah.
And my daughter at the time, she was about 8, said, "Oh, that's sweet, Dad." So I've had a mustache ever since.
I've always wanted a good excuse to have a full Ronnie. And if your daughter tells you it's great, that's the greatest excuse you can get.
That's it.
I've forgotten one, and I hadn't seen this movie, and we watched it recently, and I know you watched it. It's Intermission. I've talked about it on another video. Colin Farrell, Cillian Murphy. But anyways, a girl has a little hair lip mustache, and they call it a Ronnie. And it's a great reference. And it didn't make my list, but you can add to a list at any time. So I made it a amendment.
What's the mom say? It's not a full Tom Selleck.
It's not a Tom Selleck or Burt
Reynolds.
They reference both, and those are two great stashes.
Yeah, that movie's killer too.
It's a great movie, and so it's got me wanting to go full Ronnie, but I eventually probably will. It might not be great for my relationship, but it'll be great for my face. And I'll let you read through your list of your 10 favorite Ronnie movies.
I forget what, you had posted a list that made me think to do this list, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe hats. But anyway, my number 10, I put Big Lebowski, which is in my top 10 movies of all time. One of my faves. And the reason I thought about mustaches with this is when he drinks the White Russians, it seems like the camera always catches him slurping the creamy liquor off his mustache.
That's one of the benefits of having a Ronnie.
And then you reminded me about Sam Elliott. He always has a killer mustache. Sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you. So, number 9, Borat. Hilarious, of course. Mustache, great. Anchorman, Legend of Ron Burgundy, another hilarious one with a solid stash. Tombstone. I think they all have mustaches in Tombstone, but my favorite guy is Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday. He's always
he's got a nice stash, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's is big.
Well, speaking of Kurt Russell, we'll jump up to number 2, Hateful Eight. His mustache.
Yeah, that's a big bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
some time. That's a Frederick Nietzsche.
Yes. So after 7, I put Purple Rain. Prince was a huge influence. I thought he was the coolest when I was a little kid, and he had just a little perfect mustache.
He had a little Ronnie.
Yeah, a little Ronnie, and he did well with his Ronnie.
Yeah, he did well with his Ronnie.
Brewster's Millions, Richard Pryor, killer, man, the best stand-up.
Oh yeah, and he's always had a big, thick Ronnie.
Yeah. Next, I got Murder on the Orient Express, and I did the most recent version.
Johnny Depp?
No.
I haven't seen it.
The guy's mustache that plays Perot. I mean, it's huge, man. This thing is.
I was thinking maybe more. If I ask you again, is it Johnny Depp?
Still
not right. I want to be correct.
I don't think so.
No, it must not be.
Smoky and the Bandit.
Yeah, I would
rolled
put that
number
one.
3.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds. Then 2, I mentioned Hateful Eight, and then number 1 for me is the scariest dude.
Oh yeah, great.
Antagonist. Butcher Bill in Gangs of New York, the Scorsese movie. He's just got the huge twisted mustache.
He's got the walk, the talk, everything, right? I know Burt Reynolds is has such an iconic mustache. And I have to say something disappointing I read recently. I was looking up images of Burt Reynolds because, I was doing some research for my Ronnie. And he didn't like Boogie Nights. Never watched it in its entirety. Said it wasn't that great of a movie and wouldn't work with Paul Thomas Anderson again. So I think it's his favorite role. So that was disappointing. But
he was already real old by then, wasn't he?
yeah, it's set in his ways, I'm sure. But it doesn't take away from his Ronnie. Still has a great Ronnie. I'll go through my list now because I know it's a lengthy one. I put Machete because Danny Trejo has a nice big Ronnie in that. And those are great movies. Speaking of movies to watch, just for fun, action, comedy, if you happen to have the buzz on, Machete's perfect. Robert Rodriguez. But I'll try to go quicker. Cannonball Run, that's my Burt Reynolds one because you got Smoky and the Bandit. Nacho Libre. I should say these are no repeats from Leon's list. Jack Black's got a nice little Ronnie.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, and Young Frankenstein. Gene Wilder's Ronnie's really good. And then Napoleon Dynamite's got two. Uncle Rico has that Ronnie with his parted hair. And then Pedro's got a little Ronnie growing. A little like peach fuzz Ronnie. And Duck Soup is Groucho Marx, one of the most famous Ronnies of all time. Eddie Murphy, who likes to party all the time, we talked about in our last video. Beverly Hills Cop, he's got a nice little stash growing.
He usually always rocks a Ronnie, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a Ronnie. This was Ronnie was a little smaller. He was really young when he came in. Like one of the stand-ups, he's only 20 years old. The Pink Panther, Peter Sellers got a nice Ronnie on him. Super Troopers, they all have Ronnies except for the rookie, and they talk about their Ronnies a lot, so I had to include that one. And then Force Vengeance. Chuck Norris always got a nice Ronnie. The covers, like on the old VHS, you usually have sunglasses. I'm picturing sunglasses with a mirror and a nice thick Ron. And I call his a Ron because it's masculine as shit. I remember, and I'm not into that Chuck Norris, like there used to be Chuck Norris humor and t-shirts and shit. Yeah, I never got into that. One time, a long time ago, I was on Yahoo dating site, and I put this out there one time to see if they would take it. I'm looking for a girl that can outrun, outlift, smoke more cigarettes, and beat me in a fist fight. And they took it, so I didn't. You can imagine I got the best hits with that. And some girl, she put her to give you an idea of what her personality was like. It's like, I'm really into Chuck Norris humor. And I mean, that's the one I guess I let get away. When I look back on my life, I let that girl get away. But Chuck's got a nice Ron. Nirvana's got a really cool song on Bleach, Mr. Mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yes, I'm not proud of that shit. He's talking about these big jock, macho male types. It's a pretty derogatory song. But
about Ronnies?
About Ronnies.
When I was a kid, I never thought I'd have a Ronnie when I grew up.
I didn't either.
Ended up having one.
When I was real young, I wanted a Ronnie. And then when I got in my teenage years, there's no way I was going to have a Ronnie. But now I definitely want a Ronnie. Mr. Mustache is on Bleach. And a fun fact, I'm going to get a fun fact in. I'm going to bleach my asshole. So
I got another fun fact.
Yeah.
They just did a release of Bleach on cassette tape. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're only selling, I think, 1,900 copies of it or something, but it's remastered. It's supposed to be real cool new artwork. And
I probably had Bleach taped onto a cassette at some point.
Well, yeah.
I used to do that.
It was in my top 10. I love it.
It's a great album. My buddy used to come over when we were 18 after high school. We basically played that whole album. I was on the drums and he was on guitar, and it was and then you get to listen to Dave Grohl in the next couple albums, and that's why Bleach wouldn't make my list because Dave Grohl's not on it, and he's one of my favorite drummers.
Did you hear the Foo Fighters, any of their new stuff?
I haven't heard any of it yet.
They've been playing one on the radio, and my daughter was singing it, and I was like, oh, that's the guy that played drums in Nirvana. And she's like, oh, that's real cool.
Yeah, that is real cool. But, okay, we got the fun fact in. We got our movies out of the way. Now, I'm sure I would think of others. You can come on, give your mustache list. One thing I need to fit in, now looking at my Ronnie, because you didn't see it, did you want to give me a hand job?
I got ball skills.
That's a yes. That's a yes. We got hand jobs, so the applause will be coming in. So we did it. Fun fact, hand job. Come to tryu.com. Fill out your favorite Mustache movies list, any movie list, albums, books. Books, I don't know a Mustache book offhand, but no, Beyond Good and Evil. He's got a killer stash on the cover of that, Nietzsche. But anyways, come to tryu.com, share your Ronnie's favorite Ronnie products, all other products. Did we already say like and subscribe? Camera person's telling me we didn't, but I think I did. But if I didn't, like and subscribe. And if I said it already, I'm sorry to force this upon you. All right, come to tryu.com. See you next time. Bye.